They're not looking for, oh wow, oh he's a singer, oh we need to have him as cabin crew. That's irrelevant to what you'll be doing on the aircraft and what you'll be doing with passengers. Do you know what I mean? Like don't be a hero. Like you're not a hero here, you're there. Good morning everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So interview process, Qatar, Emirates and Etihad have totally kind of similar-ish process. A little bit different. I think Emirates and Etihad are quite the same. Qatar is a little bit more difficult. It's a little bit different. They're very, very strict airline. And they really put you under the pump. They really put you under the pump. But when you go to the interview, you really got to be yourself. If you're being fake, the recruiters know, and they know what they're looking for, and they know what cabin crew are like, because they used to be cabin crew. They've probably been in the company for about 10 years. They know what they're looking for, and they have been to assessment days, and they've seen and spoken to and met thousands and thousands of people. So they know how people are when they're coming to the cabin crew interview. But just be yourself, you know what I mean? Be nice, be yourself, be sweet. You know, like don't be overpowering, be quite friendly, have a nice smile, nice posture, stand, you know, don't just sit with your like legs apart or anything like that. Look, you really got to be quite elegant. It's all about being elegant. You got to focus all day and think, okay, certain way, just be like this. After that, go out and swear and grab a beer and slug down a tequila shot. But when you're there, when you talk with a monotone. Don't go too high or too low, because you want to be able to talk clearly the way I'm talking and be able to really just kind of be really clear. What you do first is, if you go in to the you go one by one, and there will be a recruiter sitting there. So she'll take your resume, she'll quickly skim through it. That's why if it's too much information, they get, nah, I can't do this kind of thing, it's too much. They skim through it quickly, they'll quickly just find something off your resume and they'll ask you a question about it. Oh, what are you doing here? Oh, you used to be a hairdresser. Oh, you used to work in this cafe. Oh, you used to, and they might throw a question like, I know this cafe, I've eaten there before. That's really good, how long did you work there for? Stuff like this. And you've got to be able to know, oh yeah, you know, I've worked there for 3 years, or yeah, I used to be a hairdresser, you know, or they'll ask you a quick question, why do you want to be cabin crew? You know, and you just got to be able to answer them very quickly, straight away. So nothing like, no ums, no ums, no anything like that, because this is the critical part. This is what determines if they want you back for an interview, and if they want you to come back, and if they want to actually speak to you and they want to meet you more. So it's like kind of make or break, and this is where you stand with your hand crossed up, and then she'll take a photo, and then she'll let you know, okay, we'll see you, well, okay, in that process, for Qatar, they'll be like, okay, we'll call you, or we'll see you tomorrow. Either she'll hand you a paper and she'll tell you, okay, the paper will say, we'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. here. Or she'll be like, oh, I'll call you tomorrow, I'll let you know whether we'll come, we'll send you an email. That means you're out, and that's okay. Don't get disappointed, that's fine. But in the Etihad Emirates, it happens on the assessment day. So then you'll go outside. After they've done that, they'll literally just look through them all together individually. And I know with Etihad, they look at your fingers. So guys, girls, nail biters, beautiful nails, guys, go get, like, make sure your nails are not bitten, your hands are nice, you've moisturized and everything like that. And your fingernails are not, like bitten, they're just nice and neat, yeah? Nice and neat and clean, nothing under your nails either. And then she'll just ask you a quick question, and so after the process of the, I forgot. Oh my god, I forgot. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh my god, see guys, flying. Say goodbye to your memory, say goodbye to your brain and everything. Anyway, okay, after the introduction, and you take your thing, they'll call everybody back in. Most likely you watch a video about the airline, about everything that they talk about, like everything about Doha, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, the airline and everything like that. Gets you all excited, yeah? So it's quite fun. And so after that, you will do like a group activity. A group activity is they'll put you in groups of 5, and they will give you a scenario, all of you guys, and you all have to kind of like just come up with a solution for this scenario. It's quite easy, but really they just want to see how you work in a team. So the trick is here, don't be overpowering. Okay, don't talk over anyone, make sure you're listening really well, and don't be too quiet. I remember when it was for me, I just put in my opinion, or I was like, yeah, and I was agreeing, you know, you nod your head and stuff like that, you show them that you're listening. Keep nodding your head every time. I'm not like this, but you know, just slightly, you know, don't like when she comes to your face, go, put in your input, for example, and then agree. Don't disagree with anyone because it's not good. Just want to see how you work well in a team, and how, you know what I mean? And you don't want to be too overpowering, you don't want to be too low powering. You just want to be in between, you know, put in your opinion. Yeah, oh my God, that's such a good idea. Yeah, that's awesome, you know, like, yeah. And just smile and, you know, just don't crack jokes, nothing like this. This process is, forget it, because they're walking around with a clipboard and they're writing everything down. And then after that, what they will do is they'll put you into pairs, right? I think this happens first, before the group activity. They'll say, okay, talk to your friend next to you, tell me one thing just to introduce us, find out about your friend, for example, their age, where they're from, where they're, like their name, and something special about them. So they give you 5 minutes to talk and converse with your thing. And this is the time where you're not like, ha, and you know, literally take it seriously, yeah? So then what we'll do is, next to your partner, for example, you'll introduce them and then they'll introduce you. And the thing is, this is where they see how well you present yourself in talking, how clear you speak, and everything like that. So this is where you talk really nice, clear, and you only say what they asked. Like if they said, okay, we want, just introduce your friend, tell us their name, where they're from, and something special about them. Just those 3 things. Don't go saying, hi, this is Sammy, he's from Lebanon, something special about him, he paints and he's here because he wants to be cabin crew, and he wants to blow up balloons, and he wants to build a building, and he wants to fly to India. No, none of this shit. You just say what they asked you, because this is where this means. If you go over to what they asked you, it means you're not listening to what they're saying, and you're not actually doing what they're saying. So, when you're introducing your friend, you know, like for example, it'll be like, hi, this is my colleague Julia, and she is from India. And one thing that's really special about her is she's a very good cook, and that's it. Or she loves cooking, or she loves horse riding, or just something simple, that's it. You can also say, hi, hello everyone, my name is Sammy, and I'm introducing today my colleague, and her name is Julia, and she's from India. And something really special about her is she loves to swim, and she loves to go fishing. And that's it, something like that, you know, something just very simple. And that's exactly how they want to, that's it, you know what I mean? This is really, really important, because they want to see how you present yourself, how you present your friend, you know. And don't say, hi, this is the girl Julia. No, you remember, you got to present her as like, this is my colleague, and this is my friend, this is stuff like this, you know what I mean? You gotta say it like that. It's really nice when you say this is my colleague, because you're already kind of in that mood. But it's nice to say friend anyway as well. This is my friend, and blah, blah, and then they'll introduce you. And if they're introducing you, don't tell them, oh, tell them I'm a kickboxer, oh, I'm a singer, oh, I'm a singer-songwriter. Like, I've seen it, I swear to God, I've seen it. Don't be a hero head, man. You're not there to show them. They're not looking for, oh, wow, oh, he's a singer, oh, we need to have him as cabin crew. That's irrelevant to what you'll be doing on the aircraft and what you'll be doing with passengers. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't be a hero. Like, you're not a hero head. You're there, okay, because you're begging them for the job. They're not, oh yeah, we need him. No, it doesn't work like that, believe me. There are millions of people that want this position and want to put that uniform on and want to work. They don't really care whether you're a singer-songwriter, or you're fucking Christian Dior, or you're Najwa Karam, or some high-ranking Madonna singer, or Michael Jackson. They don't care about that, okay? And they don't care. Doesn't matter. Even if Haifa Wahbi or Angelina Jolie was to walk in and do an assessment, they believe me, if they don't pass the criteria, they're not going to pass. They're not going to pass because they're Haifa Wahbi or because they're Angelina Jolie. It doesn't work like that. So if you're an egotistic kind of person, they hate. That is an instant goodbye. instantly, because you're not like that. That's completely not the kind of person that they want. Someone ego. Remember, you're going to be working with 300 people, and some of them are not going to be nice to you, and some of them are not going to be rude, and some of them are not going to make sense, and you can't have an ego. You know what I mean? You've got to be friendly and have empathy towards everyone, and it's not an overpowering thing. You've got to completely be neutral, because when you're on the aircraft, you've got to understand this is we work really as a team, and everyone that gets hired, like they all get along perfectly, and you're working very closely. Like the galley is very small, and you're touching, and you're completely like intertwining with each other when you're working, but somehow it just works, you know, like everybody understands that this is how we work and this is how we're working. So you don't have to you can't have like an ego, and you can't have one of those, oh yeah, I've done this and you've done that, and it's not like that. Everybody works together, you know. This is your area, this is my area. It's not about, oh no, this is my seat. No, this is my seat, so this is your seat. It doesn't work like that at all. So it's really important not to be an overpowering person. Also, after that is an elimination process. I know that. Elimination process where they'll eliminate and they'll tell you to stay. And then after that is probably where they'll do like just a one-on-one interview. And this is where the questions come in. This is where the questions come in. I'm going to do a separate video on this, on every single question under the sun that they might actually ask you guys. This is where sometimes, I know with like, for example, Emirates Airlines, they tell you to come back the next day. Sometimes they come back. I'm just talking from my experience, because I've done all of the interviews in Qatar, Etihad and Emirates. I know with Emirates, they told you to come in the next day. Etihad, you do it the same day. And also with Qatar, you do the same day with the interview. And it's nice to come back the next day, because you come back fresh, you've eaten breakfast. Because most likely with Qatar, like with the other airlines, if you're doing it the same day, you've arrived there at 7 a.m. and your interview at 6 p.m. with no break, no lunch, no nothing. And you need to be able to sit there in front of a panel of people, or 2 people or 1 person, and answer these questions in the most amazing manner possible. A nice common question is about give me a time where you worked with someone from a different culture, and tell me what you know about their culture and what you learned about their culture, for example. Yeah, stuff like that. This is huge. Multicultural in these airlines I can't even describe to you how massive it is. Like qualities of a cabin crew, for example, and what they really look for. One of the 2 top things are empathy, like the distance you'll go for others, and multicultural. That's huge. Multicultural is huge, because if you imagine, for example, on a Boeing 777 that holds 300 people, or A380 that holds more than 500 people, you have nearly like 200 different nationalities and different personalities. You can understand every single person that's on the aircraft, if it's a full aircraft, have got different personalities. You're working with different cultures, even part of your team. They're different cultures, different, they're from different personalities, different parts of the world. They understand you differently, they understand things a little bit differently. So you gotta understand that you're gonna be quite easygoing throughout the whole thing. So multicultural is because you have a lot of Indians, you have a lot of Europeans, you have a lot of Chinese, you have a lot of Arabic people, Lebanese, Egyptian, Saudis, Emirates. So, and everyone's different, you know, everyone is completely different in the way they talk and the way they think. So you just got to be culturally aware of that. Empathy as well, like, you know, the distance you'll go for others, and just being empathy. Like if someone is upset, like if someone comes on board, you don't know what's happened to them. You don't know if they're traveling for a funeral, if they're upset, or, you know, like sometimes the cabin altitude, if it can stuff up your brain, like literally. So some people turn like differently after an ultra long haul flight. You'd be surprised the mood that people change into from the start of the flight to the end of the flight. So empathy is a really big one as well, like having sympathy for people, not being, I don't care about you. Nah, it's like, I don't care about that, and I don't care, I don't care if you can't sit here, I don't care if you haven't eaten. That's completely wrong, because it's not nice as well, you know. If somebody doesn't like any of the food, you have to try to at least give them something to eat, you know. Don't be like, I don't give a shit. It's not nice. And remember, it's all about karma. Whatever we do in life is all about karma, good karma, bad karma. And that's a big thing for me. When I'm working on board, and And you know, sometimes we're tired and we're hungry and we have to work hard, and you know, you gotta understand, like, what if that was me? Like, I would want somebody to go out of their way and give me food, or just be nice to me, or, you know what I mean, offer me a drink, or give me a drink with a smile. What if that was my mum and dad, for example, if it was an old person? What if that was somebody that, one of my loved ones? You wouldn't like to be treated the way. You got to understand that, how do you like to be treated? You treat people how you like to be treated. And it's just not nice, you know. If you can't be friendly to people on board, don't be there at all. Yeah, so that's why it's really, really important. That's why they're so fussy, you know, because, you know, we work different hours, different time. Last and not least, the qualities that they look for is, you know, like good communication and listening skills. That's where the group activity comes into. You know, being confident, you got to be confident, but you got to be friendly at the same time when you're being confident. And that's how I was saying before, the ego and all that stuff, you have to leave it outside and leave it and go. You know what I mean? You know, even if you do enter and you think you've got an ego, believe me, you've got managers, you've got management, you get booted in 2 seconds. And being outgoing and charming as well. They really love that, you know, nice, charming. Teamwork, very, very important, top of the list. You have to be able to be teamwork, and just being detail, like, you know, attention to detail, which is why I always say, when it comes down to style and image, you know, like nose hairs, this, that, like, be nice and clean, have attention to detail. Please message me. I'll link down my social media. You can ask me any questions as well. And please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps. Have an amazing day and good luck with everything.